True Crime with Jess Rose. Bear with me a second. Just trying to... How come I never remember which one it is? There it is. There it is. Okay. Right, there we go. Right, bear with me 1 minute. Oh. Hey everyone, I'm sorry about that. Bit of a nightmare. It's what happens when we do a live. How are we all? Welcome back to my channel, True Crime with Jess Rose. Had a complete nightmare. I probably won't even get anyone watching tonight now because I'm really late. Because it all went horribly wrong. I had to restart my phone and everything. But how is everyone out there? How are we all? Have we got anyone watching? If not, it's okay. I'll hang on a little bit longer, see if anyone's going to join. Tonight we are doing the Brittany Gosney and James Hamilton story. Ugh. Awful, awful, awful case. Hey sis, absolute nightmare. For anyone watching tomorrow, I'm not talking to myself. I am. It is a live, so I'm just saying hello to everyone. Hey sis, hey Phil, happy Jess Rose Day, Tuesday, yay. Hey Hayley, how you doing? Guess what, everyone? Guess what? Do you want to know what I did today? I joined a Patreon. I can't even say subscribe, like and comment without this. How am I supposed to ask people to join a Patreon? Hi Ariane, how are we? So... the Patreon apparently is like a... Hi Kelly, how are we? I was just telling them I've joined a Patreon, okay? Because people are like, go on, join a Patreon and stuff. And I was like, I don't know. Anyway, I've uploaded it and said, oh, thank you. I'll let you all know. Hi, Natalie. I'll let you all know in a second what happened. I am going to be coughing, though. I am going to be coughing. Right, okay, let me start again. Last week, okay, the week before last, on the Thursday, I thought to myself, it's half term next week. Shall I say I'm not going to be here next week? And I was like, no, I want to do next week. And it all went horribly wrong. Like, just awful week. So I'm hoping to get through tonight without coughing, but I have got my water here just in case. So this Patreon, what I'm going to do is I've practiced it today. It's patreon.com/JessRose5472. That's what it is, right? And it'll just have like different content. I don't know what it will have. I don't know what to do with it. I've never done it before. So, but what I was thinking, give me any ideas, but what I was thinking of doing was, oh, okay, I will do. Ooh, yeah, I will. What I was thinking of doing is maybe, you know, the requests for the Tuesday lives. Maybe if someone requests on there, theirs would be done before. But what I will... Okay, right, the address is, it's patreon.com/ I don't know why. It's like the like, comment, subscribe. There has to be hands. And I'm doing this at the beginning of the story. Oh, God, I normally keep it to the end just so it's just between me and you guys. /JessRose5472. So I've used the same numbers as my YouTube channel. I don't know why I was given them, but I used them just to kind of connect it. So what I'm hoping to do on that is maybe, like I say, if you've got any requests for stories, if they go through there, they'll be first. But what I am going to say is everyone that's here now, who's been here since I started doing the lives, and well previous to that, that does not include you guys. Should I be saying that? Well, it doesn't. I'm sorry. If you're watching tomorrow and you're like, hang on a minute, join us. join us. But it doesn't include you guys at all. You've been with me from the very beginning. So any stories you give me will obviously bump any others. So let's just say that. Let's just say that. Between me and you. Between me and you. Okay, this is good. Oh, guys, I'm going to get such stick for this. You watch. But I don't care. I don't care. You're here. Now you're here. Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's amazing. So I'm not going to bump because someone's gone into there. So, but we'll just say, but what I was thinking of maybe doing, if you've have got any ideas, is maybe doing like a bit more about me, really. In the Patreon, I mean, you know, a little bit more family. So Tiffany will be involved and stuff like that. So I'm feeling it out. I'm feeling it out, and I'm seeing what way I'm gonna go. But that was just to let you know that's what I've been doing today, looking at maybe venturing out a little bit, but I won't be changing the format. I don't like when I start. Someone said a vlog. Someone did say that. What? You are bloody amazing, Tiffany. But I don't think anyone would watch me. No, I know you watch me for like the story. Like just me as in me. I don't know. I'm a bit not weird. I'm a weird. Tiffany, I wouldn't sound weird. I'm a bit odd. I know I'm a bit odd. No, I'm not. I don't know. A separate channel for your vlogs. That's a really good idea. I'd like to do it. I just don't. I think I'd bore people. I don't know. Oh, okay. Oh, that's really nice that you're a bit encouraging. Maybe. Look, I'm going all red. Thank you, sis. Do you know what? You've been really nice. That's really nice. I've gone all red and everything. So I told you I'm a weirdo. This one for true crime, another one for a vlog. Yeah, that's a really good idea. I'd have to find some interesting things to do. I like to clean. No. I'll find something better. I'll find something more interesting. But there was that. There was why I was off last week. Is there anything else that I wanted? I'm so sorry. Someone mentioned earlier I didn't get to reply to you. I don't mean to be funny though. Oh, what's Mrs. Hinch? Oh, is that a part? Oh, yeah. Oh, is that bad that I don't know who that is? Is that a cleaner? No, I don't. I say I'm terrible. It's so bad. But someone did mention earlier, had I looked at a story? I'm so sorry I didn't get a chance to get back to you. It was a comment on my post from earlier. And is she a clean queen? Oh, okay. I could be missing it. I might have to have a look at her. I like cleaning videos. I like the ones, you know, where you see people cleaning the rugs. They're kind of shorts at the minute where you see them cleaning the rugs and you see the rug become all beautiful and pristine. Love that. Thanks, Phil. It's okay. I'm all right being a bit odd. I think a little bit odd. Right. Okay. We're gonna start because whoever's I'm rank. No, it's not rank. It's amazing if you watch them. Yeah, I love things like that. I love watching, and they clean like teddy bear. I don't know how the teddy bears have got into that state. Maybe they've been in the garage or something, and they clean them, and it's just like, it's amazing. Love things like that. Oh, I told you I was hard. Told you. Okay, right. We're gonna start. If you're watching tomorrow, I don't know how to tell someone to fast forward because I don't know how. Stop it. I don't know how long I'm gonna kind of ramble for. It's not rank. It's amazing. Right, okay. This story tonight has been requested by Hayley. Okay. Ariane, yes, you've asked for a raw gang. I should timestamp. How do you timestamp? Is that something I have to do? Do I do it? Because I've noticed sometimes my videos, it's underneath, it puts a time thing. I haven't done that myself. I need to look at, yeah, I need to look at how to do it. I do. So I can just go, right, 10 minutes, we're starting now. I've had my chat, we're starting. But I always get distracted. Just like that, what was I saying now? Yes, the Aurora Gagnon for Ariane, that's on ready to go. I've because I knew about that one a long time ago, so I've got myself refamiliarized myself with that one. Phil's asked for one, and the one that was mentioned earlier that I haven't had a chance to get back to. So they're all in the pipeline. But tonight's, like I say, is Hayley. It has been done by our beloved Emma Kenny. So I just hope I do it justice for you. Have I watched the Emma Kenny one? No. Listen, bear with me. The reason I love Emma Kenny, I love what she does, but I get my information elsewhere, so I will watch some of her content in that way, but I would hate to, because she's so big on YouTube now, I'd hate it to look like I've got anything from it. Does that make sense? I like it to look like I've got my own done my own research into things, because there's too many now. There's too many channels out there, and I come across them a lot where they will. It's like things have been repeated from other channels. It's really hard, and I know we all take bits and bits and bits, but if you get what I mean, it's just I want people to know that it's my own opinion of it, and it's my own interpretation of, not interpretation because it's a fact, but you get what I mean. You get what I mean. So anyway, okay, Hayley, this is for you. Hayley's here, isn't she? Okay, so it's the Despicable Brittany Gosney and James Hamilton story. Okay, we're gonna start now. Oh god, I've kept you all for ages. Okay, so Brittany Gosney. Ugh, God. This girl, and I say girl because she's quite young. I learned that she'd had a bit of a rough time when she was younger. I'm not gonna spend too much time on that, to be honest, because I know what she did. And sometimes I think, when I know, I will mention briefly her history, because I think you should, just to get it all out there. Yeah, I don't want to be unique. That's it, Phil. Yeah, I like the facts to be out there, but sometimes I think it does a disservice. Just my opinion. I think it does a disservice to people that have had that done to them as a child, and then it's not being put as an excuse, but as like, yeah, kind of as an excuse as to perhaps why they've gone this route in their life, and I don't like that. So I'll tell you very briefly. Okay, Brittany, when she was very young, she had been molested as a child, and she got pregnant when she was about 12. Um, Awful, awful. I'm not saying it's not. I'm not. Her first child was taken away and given up for adoption. Um, and yeah, and then Brittany went into care at the age of 12, and then she just kind of batted from pillar to post. Awful, awful. I know, I get it, It's not good. I just hate that being kind of a premise for where we're going to go in the story. So I am flitting over it a little bit, and I'm not trying to make light of it, but I just don't think that it should be used as a crutch. That's basically the point I'm making. Okay, so when Brittany gets to 20 years of age, okay, so we're gonna go with when she was 20, 22, and 23, 24 each. She has 3 children. The reason I fast tracked is all 3 kids were from different dads, these 3 children. Okay, the final child, who's 6, his name's James, bless him. James's dad is a man by the name of Lewis Hutchinson. Okay, so this is James's dad, and she's in a relationship with him. When she's about 23 onwards for the next few years. Anyway, they kind of, yeah, it's not great. It's not a great relationship. He's there for his son. He's bringing up the other two, but yeah, it's not the greatest. And anyway, they become homeless. So Lewis, bless him in all his wisdom. I'm saying bless him. I don't know if he's the greatest bloke in the world. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying he goes to his sister and says, "Can we stay with you?" The sister was called Pamela, I believe. And Pamela's married to, is it Pamela? Pamela's married to a guy called James Hamilton. Okay, now because she's got a son called James, and you've got this guy called James Hamilton, who in effect would be Lewis, who is Brittany's partner and the father of her youngest son. It's his brother-in-law, in effect. His name's James as well. So I'm going to call him Hamilton. Save getting the two names confused. So we've got James, the 6-year-old, and we've got James Hamilton, who I'm going to refer to as Hamilton, as the adult in this story. Okay. So Brittany and Lewis move in with his sister and her husband, right? And her 3 kids. Don't forget that. Only one of them belonged to Lewis, but all 3 move in. Wow. Well, Brittany decides to she decides to say her thank yous for this woman putting up with a whole family moving into her home by knocking off her husband. No, don't get me wrong. James, equally to blame. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying when someone opens their doors to you know, and says, "Come on in, bring your kids in," I don't think they're kind of going and have my husband at the same time. Don't quite think that was on the cards. He wasn't a nice guy, but he was married to this woman for 17 years. 17 years. I didn't mention that, did I? 17 years these two were married for. So that's, it's just crazy to me that's how she thought she could thank this lovely woman who took her and her children in. Crazy. Of course, Lewis was upset. You know, it was his sister. It was his brother-in-law. But anyway, of course, Pamela kicks them all out. What's she supposed to do? What reaction? What reaction is there to that? I've seen on a couple of sources where it says, you know, but she threw the kids out, and it's like, come on. Always after the fact you can think, but the poor kids, it's like when emotions are that high and you've been betrayed like that, you're not going to be thinking like that. You're going to be like, you're not going to be like, leave the kids there and you're not, that's not going to be a thing. Okay, so she kicks them all out. Obviously not Lewis, but the rest. Okay, so we're up to mid-2020 now. At this point in the story, we've gone up. We're at mid-2020. The kids are 9, 7, and 6. Now, I do know the older kids' names. I'm not going to put them, I'm not going to say them. One, because it's not that it's not relevant. There's just no reason for their names to be put out there, because I don't know where they are now. So we're not going to talk about the oldest two. I believe it's a boy and a girl, but that's about it. It's more based on the youngest, who's, like I say, James, and he's 6 years old. It's said that he's a very cute little boy, quite outgoing, always smiling, very helpful little lad, and just the youngest, just a cute little boy. Seen pictures of him, very cute. So they obviously move in together, and it's said the house, I find I say this a lot, the house is a hole. It's a hole. Not the outside. The house looks perfectly nice. Just a hole. Why do these mums always have whole houses? Yeah. Kids aren't fed very well during this. Like I say, her and James are together, and the kids just get completely just discarded, because the thing with Brittany, she loves a bit of Facebook, does Brittany? Loves her Facebook posts. And it's all very much my new man, my new partner. I love him. But same with the kids. Oh, but the kids are my world. These same kids, she's not even feeding properly. It said they were given like just random cereal, toast, bread. If she couldn't be up, I meant to say, sorry, if she couldn't be bothered to make toast. Just, I read somewhere, hot pockets. I mean, this is what's going on. On top of that, though, James hasn't got a lot of time for these kids. Doesn't really like these kids at all. And he starts putting his hands on them quite quickly. Not just him. Brittany's involved. Brittany's there with her left, she's fully involved as well. I don't know why there was that. And it just became a really toxic home for these 3 children. And the 3 of them are babies, really. It's just heartbreaking to think of the passing from pillar to post these poor children have been through up to now in the story. It's just such a shame. Okay, so like I say, you've got Brittany with her. Oh, everything. My man's everything to me. My kids are my world. Whereas behind the scenes, like I say, she's beating them. He's beating them. They're not being fed properly. The house is a hole. It's not a good situation going on at the minute. Okay. So now we're going to come up to March 2021. All right. Hamilton and Brittany walk into a police station. Okay. And they want to report her youngest son, James, as missing. And you might be like, they walked into the police station. What? Didn't want to phone? He's 6 years old. We hear them calls a lot, whether it be a genuine case or a not genuine case. Normally it's done over the phone where you can hear that phone call. No. They just stroll on into a police station. Yeah, my 6-year-old son's been missing since 4:30 this morning. What? Say it again? Okay. So that's where I'm going to bring you up to in this story. Okay. Now, at that point, the police officers who want to take details, they separate them, because they already think it's a little bit fishy that this couple have come in very nonchalantly, is that right word? Explaining that this little fella's gone missing. Okay, they find it a bit odd. So they're separating, they're taking into some interrogations. I have watched these interrogations, they are online, and your stomach will turn. Anyway, so we'll go back now. We are going to go back to the 28th of Feb 21. So we're going back a month. Well, thereabouts, right? No, we're not going back a month at all. We're going back a few days. Right. So the abuse of these children had ramped up, you see. It had ramped up quite a bit from the slappings and, they're not being fed and everything else. Now, what we've ventured into now is we are hog-tying these children. We're hog-tying them up now with rope, the 3 of them. And we're throwing them in cupboards. for hours. That's where we are at this point now. Now, she's only been with Hamilton probably at this point about 9 months. And that's where we are in these kids' lives. So I've seen the cupboard, closet, as they call it. It's a cupboard. It's about 3 foot wide. It's awful. It's literally, it wouldn't even be big enough to class as really a wardrobe. Tiny. And this is what's happening to these children. And on this day, now Brittany at this point, she's 29 now, where we are in this story. And while she's being questioned, she's, saying, yeah, it had got to that point. That's where we were with the kids. And I could hear James beating the kids. Sorry, I keep saying Hamilton. Get that in my head. Hamilton. I can hear when he's beating them. That's her talking to one policeman. That's him talking to the other. But they're still claiming they don't know where James is. We're still going on that route, okay? Obviously, they're being pummeled down a little bit. So she's letting bits go, right? So that's where we are. And they finally start, when interrogations start working in between the two of them. So they're saying to James that Brittany's saying stuff, and they're saying to Brittany James is saying stuff. So they break really quickly, these pair that do. It doesn't take long. And this is when we hear where we are in this story, okay? So we come up to, again, like I say, 28th of February 21. Brittany's heard him beating the kids. He comes down. And what he said is something's got to be done about these children. Something has to be done. Do you want to hear what Brittany, Mother of the Year, did to her children? Prepare yourself. I don't think we need a trigger warning as such, but just prepare yourself. So their answer to getting this freedom from these children that he doesn't want, they're not his, and she, because it's her, it's the love of her life, you see, she's willing to do anything. She puts the kids in the car in the early hours of the 28th of February. Okay. Remember, they'd been in the closet. So she gets them out. Puts them in the back of, they've got like this minivan type thing. She puts them in there. And then they go to a park that these kids have been to. They've been to this park a few times. This is in Indiana. Sorry, I haven't made that clear. It's in Indiana. And they go to this park, and it's the middle of the night though. And at that time of year, don't forget we're in February, it's -degrees, so it's freezing. It's freezing there. Okay, so imagine this. They're 9, 7 and 6. Okay, they're pulling up inside a park. I wonder, did they even recognise the park? Because you know what it's like when you go somewhere in the dark. It's very different, isn't it? So they pull up to this park, and she gets the older two out. Brittany does. The little fella, it said that he pretended to be asleep. They don't know if he was pretending to be asleep or he was asleep. They don't know. But she shakes him and gets him out the car as well. Okay. Said that she walked around for a minute or so with them. And then she gets back in the minivan. Brittany does. She gets back in. Okay. Right. In her interrogation, she says that As she drove off, she's seen little James fall. This is what she's saying at the minute. She sees him fall in her, either a side mirror or a rear view, okay, and bump his head. And she said she sees him trying to get back up. Remember I said rear view? Because she's gone. She's left them. She's left her 3 babies in a park in the middle of the night, and she's gone. And what she says is they were kind of hoping, you ready? They were hoping that maybe they'd get eaten by coyotes or something, or freeze to death. This was her mind frame. That was her great plan to get rid of her kids. Just abandon them. Just in the middle of the night, abandon them in a park in -degrees. It's quite a distance from their house. It's pitch black. It's freezing, and just abandons them and drives off. This is what this mother did. Do you see kind of why I didn't really pay too much into her early life? Again, I wasn't dismissing it. I'm just saying, okay? There's no excuse. Okay? So, when she gets to the entrance of the park, or the exit, she texts Hamilton and tells him what she's done, but she also tells him that James bumped his head. So he's like, his point of view is, and his argument is, look, what I said was, yes, take them to the park, but just to scare the life out of them so they'll start doing as they're told. I never told her to leave them there. So this is what he says, okay? Don't know, but this is what he says. So his mind frame is, okay, go back and get them. Go and get the kids, especially when he finds out about James. Now, these two, you'll hear me catching and switching. It's because they lied, and no one will fully know the truth of this story unless one of them actually tells the full truth. But I've got it as close as we can get. So he goes back. She goes back. And when she comes back to collect her kids, because he's told her to go back and get them, she pulls up, and obviously the older two had actually started walking towards where the car had gone. And they've made it, by the time, how far she'd gone and however long she took texting, they'd gone nearly a quarter of a mile by the time she came back for them. So she picks them two up, and obviously, where's James? Goes back, and little James is on the floor where she left him. Little James is dead. Little James is dead. Little James is dead. Okay. And what's actually happened, and I'm presuming we know this maybe because of the kids, maybe because I don't think she admitted it. I didn't hear her admit it. When she was trying to leave, what actually was happening was he was screaming for his mom. The other two were, but he was screaming for his mom, and he grabbed the back door to try and get back in, and she just drove off. And she's right, he did bang his head, but she dragged him. He was dragged behind that car until obviously he must have let go. Oh, do you know? I always say I don't swear on these stories, but it's... ugh. He was screaming. She could hear him screaming. And she just... So when she went back, Cindy was obviously not breathing. He's dead. He's got quite a big lump on his head where he did bang, which is what would have killed him. I've heard somewhere that she placed, she said she gently put, oh, it was the interrogation actually, she gently placed him back in the minivan. You've already done your damage. You've already, what? Okay, well done. You placed him in your minivan. Well done. So, oh God, this woman, it's just, oh, it's so frustrating. This, just a whole, the everything how she spoke when she was speaking about these kids. Oh, let me tell you how she was speaking about these kids while she was telling this story. Okay, so she drives back home now with the older kids and James. She carries James into the house and she says that it was Hamilton that took him up to his bedroom. You do see, I've seen a picture of it, you do see the house. I'm not sure it's the front room or the side room, but he's brought up and he's placed just on the floor. And they leave him there for 24 hours. I don't know if it's whether they were trying to come up with something that would be, I don't know. I don't know. They just left him there for 24 hours. These poor siblings. They've watched their mum murder their brother. It's what it was. That's what that was. And now they know he's in a bedroom. Dead. He was 6 years old. So now we come, this is a Sunday. This is, so we that was a Saturday. So we come into the Sunday. Okay. Apparently with the rope that you know they'd been using to hog tie the kids, they actually they wrap a concrete block to James's chest because they've decided what they're going to do now, and what they're going to do needs this concrete block to be on his chest. So I think you know where I'm going with this. So then they put him in the minivan. They stop at a bridge in Lawrenceburg, is the place it's called. And they throw him in the river. And do you want to know how she describes this? She said she heard the splat of the concrete hitting the water. That's her description. And she constantly, when she's talking about James and she's relaying this back, she constantly calls him the kid, the child. You know, obviously you're interested in true crime, so you know you do hear that when crimes like this happen, they try to disassociate themselves, don't they? It's like it's no longer anything to do with them. This whole thing's nothing to do with them, and certainly their own children. No, we're not going to call them by the names. The kid, the child. It's awful to hear. Like my skin crawled when I heard her talking about him. So then we come up to the afternoon and they report him missing. And they say he's been missing since 4:30 in the morning. And obviously we now know that he didn't, that's not what happened. But the police straight away, they start this search trying to, you know, find James at the river. And they take her right there. They take her right there to show them what, you know, where was he? And she just kind of points, but it's a river. So there's 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 no way. So they're looking for him, but they can't find him. Okay. Okay. She shows no remorse, obviously. Shows no remorse whatsoever. The Hamilton actually says that the reason he went, because he's obviously saying, look, I didn't tell her to do that. I told her just to scare them and bring them home. I didn't know this was going to happen. This has got nothing to do with me. But what he does say is the reason he goes along with basically throwing this baby in the river, the reason he goes along, he doesn't just do that, he weighs him down, is because James was still black and blue from the hiding he'd been given earlier on that day. He said he would have had bruises on his chest, on his back, on his legs. He was obviously covering himself in the event when they find James. So he was holding his hands up. Yes, I did do that to him, but I did not want this to happen. So he's trying to wash his hands of that. But he's 100% involved. He's 100% involved. But I have to. The majority of my venom has to go to his mum. It has to. She was the one that was there. She went along with this for the love of her life. I'm sorry, I can't help it. Okay, so that's what he'd said. He then shows regret. James does. Hamilton does it. If I do that again, Hamilton does show a level of regret, but not over that. His regret is that he got with her. You can't make these people up, can you? You just can't make these people up. So, and the gall of them, on the 8th of March 21, they both plead not guilty. Not guilty, they plead. They had 31 charges against them, these people do, including murder and abuse of a corpse. And they plead not guilty. Oh, wow. Yeah, she's priceless, she is, because she tries to go the insanity route. She tries to use her past, which is why I felt I had to obviously mention her past at the beginning of the story. She uses her past. She basically says that she wouldn't understand what was going on in that courtroom. So I can't be in this trial because I wouldn't understand what was going on. I'm so stupid. Stop it, you prat. Anyway, no one's having it. No one's believing her. She's had assessments with psychologists, etc. And they're like, no, she's fit to stand trial. She has got some social, antisocial disorder there, but nothing to mean that, one, that she should do what she did, and two, that she can't stand trial. So when she realises, right, this is going to go really bad for me, only then does she plead guilty. This is Brittany at the moment. She pleads guilty to murder, 2 counts of child endangerment, and abuse of a corpse. That's what she pleads guilty to. And the whole time, there's not one bit of remorse out of this woman. Not one iota of remorse of what she did. None. You abandoned. Well, the idea was to abandon your 3 children so they can get eaten by coyotes or freeze to death. That was you. You did that. You drove them kids in the middle of the night there. And then when you heard your youngest baby screaming and dragging on that door, begging you not to leave him there, you dragged him behind the car, seen him bang his head. And this, he was trying to get up. He never got up. and you still carried on driving. And all you thought to do was to text him once you got to the exit of the park. And the only reason she went back is he told her to. He told her to go back. And it wasn't because he was feeling any sort of remorse himself. It was that he panicked. He's like, well, this isn't going to look like an accident. You've got 2 kids that have been left there after their mums just killed their brother. And can you imagine the fear of them 2 walking through a park at that time, early hours? I mean, what could have happened to them being in a park on their own at that age, at that time in the morning? It's just, but like I say, no remorse from this woman. So, like I say, she's pled guilty. In August 2021, Hamilton also pleads guilty. He pleads guilty to kidnapping, abuse of a corpse, and 2 counts of child endangerment. Obviously, he wouldn't get charged with murder because he wasn't there at the time. So we come up to the 13th of September 2021. The sentence, I was a bit disappointed in this. I'm always the first to praise the American justice system, you know, as opposed to ours in Canada and some of the European countries. I'm always the first to kind of praise the American justice system for their sentences once people have been found guilty. I'm presuming it's because she pled guilty and there was no trial, but she got 21 years. Now I know that's would be a lot here, but just for what I'm used to them giving out, I was just quite surprised at that. But it is classed as an indefinite sentence, so it could be life. There's nothing to say she will get out. It's just saying she can't apply for parole for 21 years. But she's only, what did I say? She was 29, so she could be out when she's 50. I don't know. No, I don't know. I do know. I don't agree. But I can't say at the minute because she might not actually get out then. But I just think you rotten little woman. On the 4th of October 21, so a month later, Hamilton, he got 19 years. But he could be paroled after 15, apparently 15, 16 years, apparently. Again, nothing to say he'll get that parole. But I just felt really kind of flat when I, while I was learning this and seeing what they'd got. I actually found out about their sentences before because obviously when I'm researching, I get bits from everywhere. I actually found out about their sentences before I fully realised the extent of what she'd done. And so when I researched and realised to the depths of the length she'd gone to rid herself of the inconvenience of her children, I was just really disappointed. There was something said as well that I did see this bit. I watched a little bit of that. She apparently had tried to, before she met Hamilton, she'd tried to get these kids adopted because she knew then. So it wasn't just because of Hamilton. She couldn't cope with them. She couldn't cope. She didn't want them. She didn't want these kids. And that she'd reached out to get them adopted, but she'd never heard back and she couldn't get the help. But apparently, no, there was no proof of that whatsoever, that she ever reached out for help with regards to getting her children rehomed. I didn't, that sounds, rehomed, is that what you say? A new home, I meant, God, that sounded awful, rehomed. But that, you know what I mean? She hadn't, getting adopted, She hadn't even tried. There was no proof that she'd ever actually done that. So I have one final thing to say, because you might have been wondering, you know, why haven't I mentioned about James anymore? He's never been found. He's still not been found. Oh, that. Remember I say there's always a part, and it just gives me a horrible feeling in my stomach. He's never been found, this boy. Oh, it's been 2.5 years. Oh, and it's just such a shame. So his dad, Lewis, it said that he's got PTSD now. He can't get over it because he can't bury his son. He can't say goodbye. He's not only got to deal with what happened, he hasn't been given the chance to say goodbye to him. So his dad's going through a lot at the minute. I don't know too much about his dad, I will say. I don't know too much about him. I've just heard that, and, you know, apparently he wasn't a bad guy. From what I've heard, you know, there could be something else different out there, but I don't believe he was. And yeah, just horrific. Just an awful case. And I think that, like I say, the part that just got me is that he still hasn't been found. Just that poor little, the siblings. Like I say, I do know the names, but I don't really. There's no need to put their names out there. You know, I believe they've possibly been put into care, but don't. I've only seen that on one or two things, so I'm not too sure where they are now. And, you know, I mean, where's their dads? But I don't, like I say, I'm saying that I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs of them. But just how are they gonna? How are they now? You know, it's just an awful case, and that was the Despicable Brittany Gosney and James Hamilton story, and that was, like I say, requested by Hayley. Oh, thank you, Hayley. I was wondering, because you'd requested it. I was wondering if I'd done it justice, if I included, you know, if I said what you want. It's, you know, when I do them myself, it's a little bit different to the request, because people are actually asking for stories that they would know about. So it's so am I going to do the case properly? Am I going to do it justice? So I really hope I have done it justice for you. And yeah, thank you all for joining again on Tuesday, on our Request Live Tuesday. I thought that's what I might call it, Request Live Tuesday. Jess Roster. Yeah. So thank you all for joining again. Let me see my comments. If you're watching tomorrow, I'm just gonna have a look through the comments. If you want to stick around for my jingle, you can. If you bear with me, I'm trying not to get my finger on the thing. Okay, let's have a quick nose what you've all been saying. Kelly, do you know? Exactly. I will. Look, my daughter is a handful. She just is. She's amazing. She's a beautiful little girl, but she's a handful. We actually call her Hurricane. We do. But if ever I tell her off, I have to give her a cuddle. I have to make her feel better, and just, it's for me as well, because I hate it. I know we have to do it. We have to as adults, as parents, we have to guide them in the right place, you know, in the right way. But yeah, it never gets easier. It never gets easier in having to tell them off, or, you know, take things away or anything like that. I hate having to do it, but you know, they're things you have to do. But yeah, it's always followed by a cuddle and you know, and a sit down and, you know, and this is why this has happened kind of thing. Like, I'm not quite a super nanny mom. Like, I'm not time out type mom, but I'm not overly harsh either. I'm genuinely not. I don't believe I am. I don't believe I am. But yeah, I have to give a hug after. I just don't understand. I don't understand these people. I really don't. Um, thank you, Phil. Thank you, Kelly. Hayley, thank you. Thank you, Ariane. Ariane's gone, bless her. Kelly. Warwick. Oh, is Warwick here too? Oh, Warwick. I didn't realise you were there. Yeah, them walking down, you know, walking down the street trying to catch up with their mom. It's just the whole thing's just awful. Oh yes, Phil can't join us on Thursday. Tell him where you're going, Phil. Tell him where you're going. Tell him where you're off to. Tell him where you're off to. Nice. Go on. Go on. Make us all jealous. I've never been there. It just sounds like a lovely place though. So you're gonna have lots of fun. You're gonna have lots and lots of fun. So I'm very jealous. But it's not going to be the same without you on Thursday. It's not going to be the same. It's not the same when any of you aren't here, I'll be honest, because, you know, you're just my great bunch. And that's why I've said, regardless of how this channel goes, if it stays the way it is, I'm obviously chuffed with it. If I do get people on Patreon, or if I do get more subscribers, I'm not going to change this format. I enjoy doing it this way. People who've been on my lives from the minute I started them and previous to that, your stories will be done first, then anything from the Patreon. That's how I'm going to do it, and that's how I'll continue to do it, because I genuinely do appreciate it. I don't think anyone will ever go on my Patreon, but it's Wales next to the city, Norfolk. Do you know what? I've never been there, but I've heard it's lovely. But yeah, so we're gonna venture out a little bit. But I don't even know how I'm gonna ask about my Patreon. Like I say, I don't even know how to do my jingle, but it's that time now. It's the jingle time, people. Are you ready? You ready for my jingle? You know what? If you're watching tomorrow and you don't know what this jingle is, it's going to be a real anticlimax, because it's not even music. It's literally me asking people to like, comment, and subscribe. Yes, here she goes. To like, there was a right. I'm gonna. Yeah, I've got none. I have got an. It's my Emma Kenny. Have you seen this before I do it? Have you seen this hoodie that I got from my Emma Kenny? Do not comply. Have you seen it? That's my Emma Kenny jumper that I got. And no, as some people have mentioned, they think it's political. It's not a political thing. It's Emma said it's if ever someone grabs you or chases, tries to get you into a car or throw you into, never comply. Don't go quiet, kick and scream and everything else. So yes, it's all shoulders and thumbs. Yeah, Ellen and I have seen her, Natalie. I have seen her. She's huge, isn't she? She's got a really big following. So, but I know I do watch her. There's her and there's she's a very pretty girl who does one as well. I can't think of her name now off the top of my head, but she's very good. There's so many out there that are just amazing. They are amazing. So I'm just gonna go over here in my own little corner, of the true crime thing, and just be really happy that you all join me. So like, comment, subscribe, guys, please. There it is. No, that's it. What? Don't breathe. Like, comment, subscribe. So if you're watching tomorrow, please like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Please. Molly Westbrook. Is that a Creator, is that a crime, Phil? Because I don't know that name. But like I say, any stories you want me to do, Danielle Kirsty. I wonder, is that the one I'm on about? I can't think of I wonder if that's her. Seen her a few times because there's a lot. I'm gonna share a secret with you all night. Oh, I do prefer the male. I shouldn't really say it really good being a female creator, like true crime creator. But I like the male ones. Let me defend myself. Let me defend myself. The reason I like the male ones is I like to fall asleep to true. Oh, I'm so sad. To any true crime stories. And I find a male voice is just it's more soothing. I don't know. I do feel like I'm gonna burst a blood vessel, Kelly, because I stop breathing. The second it goes up, it's like everything just stops. The neck's up, the shoulder. It's out of hand. It's out of hand now. But yeah, I just prefer the male voices. Because I don't tend to watch. I tend to just listen. So I am a bit of a traitor to my gender. But never mind. I know I've got a cheek really. Please watch me, but I only watch a couple of females. But like I say, thank you all again. Phil, you're going to be missed on. Yes, yes, I do, but I'm funny with the ASMR because I can deal with some noises, but I'm funny with some other noises, as Tiffany will tell you. I can't listen to drinking. I can't listen to eating. You will see someone go from being, oh, did you know what I was about to say, Tiffany? Is that what you knew what I was about to say? Yeah, I'll go very quickly from being quite a calm person. Yeah. Tiffany can tell you as a child, I was quite vicious. If I hear anyone gulping or I hear anyone chewing loudly, even if their mouth's closed. And I know, how can you stop someone doing that even if their mouth's closed? But it sends me through the roof. It really does. I know, Tiffany, I know. Yeah, Kelly, that's me. I can't. I imagine I can hear this slow. No. And gulping. Yeah, I can't even listen to myself go. If I hear myself gulp, I'll stop drinking. It's just a thing. It's a thing. I can't explain it. I know there are some people who are that way too. But yeah, I have to. My own children, I'll step away from them. My own kids, I like ear cleaning and face touching. Right, okay. I don't think wow. Is that what the sound of it or watching it? Yeah, I'm surprised you weren't on this channel, Tiffany, because yeah, I would genuinely lose my mind if they, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's kids, but kids have an ability to just send my blood pressure through. I'm getting all stressed now because I can just, that's how bad it is. That's how bad it is. I get so stressed. The sound of your own voice, I get that as well too, Phil. Yes, it took me a long time to be able to re-watch these videos back because I just sit there crawling into my own skin, like watching it. Yes, it was me and the oldest brother. Yeah, I used to yeah, we've got a brother, and okay, she's dropped me in it now, but this is gonna sound horrible. But when I used to, because there's age gaps between us, and when I used to go there for dinner, my younger brother, and Tiffany's actually, it would be Tiffany, he's a middle child, so yeah, I wouldn't let him drink at the table. he used to have to go and drink at the sink away from me. Oh, that just sounds awful saying it out loud, doesn't it? I'm dying in my little corner. But yeah, it's something I can't control, and I'm too old to control it now. It's just something I can't have near me. And it's just, yeah, Tiffany's a witness to it all. It's just something, it will send me through the roof. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna let you all go. But what did you say, sorry, Kelly? It's where they use a brush and sweep your face and the sound. I haven't heard that. It doesn't sound like it would bother me though. It doesn't sound like it would send me. It's not like like a gulping chewing sound. It sounds like it could be quite a nice sound. I get what you mean. I do get what you mean. Yeah, no, you're not a weirdo at all. You're not. I honestly, like I say, you're just learning little snippets about me now, and the fact that yeah, I would refuse. God, I've got this channel, and I would refuse my little brother. Well, I didn't refuse him a drink. I just said he couldn't drink near me or at the dinner table. Oh, it's just terrible, isn't it? If my mum was watching this now, she'd be like, "What do you mean you wouldn't let him drink?" Awful, awful, horrible big sister. Awful. But okay, I'm gonna see you all Thursday. Okay, Thursday's my story. So I've got one lined up for you that hopefully you all won't be too aware of. And then next Tuesday we're back with the Requests Live Tuesday. And I have been working on the Aurora Gagnon one. And the reason I'm looking at that one is because I don't believe the rest of you know that one. So I think that could be quite interesting for you. It's a really, really old story. Really old. So but I think you'll find it quite interesting. Interesting, or it's not the right thing to say, is it? But we'll come across that on Tuesday. But yeah, Thursday it's mine. So I will see you on Thursday. And like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Join me Thursday, please. And you can see more of this. You can see more of me doing this and the chins, and you can do. I'm gonna blow that blood vessel at some. Like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Have a lovely evening, and I'll see you all Thursday. Take care. Like, comment, subscribe, guys. Bye.